Hello everyone, welcome to today's video on the important articles from the Hindu, November 2nd. So let's see the first article. India will achieve net zero emissions by 2070, says PM. This is an important article. You can go through this. The before COP26, developed countries are asking for India to commit to 2050 target, but we have not agreed for that, and we are saying that by 2070 we will achieve this target. And in this COP26, what we have done is like we have reviewed our NDCs and the targets have been changed. So go through this article and see what are the changed targets. Moving on to the next articles, cannot impose blanket ban on all firecrackers, says Supreme Court. Yeah, you can go through this. Not very important article. Just see what are the harmful firecrackers, etc. The chemicals used in that firecrackers. You can go through that. And remaining thing, not very important. Moving on to the next page. In this page, only this article is important. Ganja smugglers in AP blacklist Hyderabad plants. So in recent times, we are seeing a lot of the news related to drugs, etc. So UPSC may ask a question in relation to the drugs in the coming prelims or the means. So go through this article and also know about this habit forming drugs. What are these? That's all from this page. In the editorial page, there are some important articles. This is an important article. Kashmir's fragility has more complex reasons. Author is a former NSA and a former IB director. When you have articles from such personalities, we have to go through them. So this article is about the increased violence in the Kashmir and the reasons for them. So, as per the author, there are multiple reasons for the increased violence, and just assuming that the reason for the increased violence lies in the rise of Taliban in Afghanistan is very simplistic assumption. So we should not do that, and we should go to the ground realities and address the problems. That is what he's trying to convey. In the second article, that is about the time for action. This is about what has been discussed in G20. There are multiple things that were discussed at G20. So everything that is discussed in at this summit and mentioned in this article or the editorial are important. There are 4 5 items about COVID pandemic, about climate change, about the economic recovery and financial stability versus financial sustainability, and also this issue of global minimum tax. Go through these issues. A question can be expected on this in the coming prelims or mains. Next article, next editorial, vote for stability. This is about new prime minister in Japan. Not important. You can skip this. But this article, finding a way out of India's deepening water crisis, important article. Please go through this. First of all, there is a technical definition for water stress. Find out about that, and then there are different reasons that were mentioned here in this article about increased water stress in the cities. Like, for example, this article is discussing about the 2019 water crisis in Chennai and the reasons for them, and also how situation is turning up in Punjab, etc. So, as a concept, water stress is a very important topic, and UPSC has already asked in 2019 two questions. That is one question in paper 3 and one question in paper 1. Just go read this article and read about water stress elsewhere and try to answer these questions. In this page, this article on cryptocurrency is important. This author is trying to say that cryptocurrencies uh, have neither the use value, they cannot be used for anything, nor the exchange value. So, in that context, the current high prices that they have is not sustainable in the long term. So, we should be very careful if we have to invest in these cryptocurrencies. So, this is what the article is trying to say. But from the prelims perspective and mains perspective, a question can be expected. Prelims perspective, bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, these can be asked. But in the mains perspective, the digital currencies, whether RBI, the central governments and central banks should regulate or ban such currencies, etc., can be asked as a question. In this page, this article, sign off on Paris rulebook, says basic. So find out what is basic countries. Basic countries are emerging economies, developing economies. So Brazil, South Africa, India, and China. So they are demanding that at COP26 there should be an agreement on rulebook. What is a rulebook? So here you can read about a rulebook in this paragraph. So find out what is rulebook, what is Paris Agreement framework, etc. At here. in this article. So this is a continuation from page 1. You can go through that article. And moving on to the next news item, ex-CBI chief arrested in loan scam. Go through this article, important. Herein we have about IBC, ARC, etc. What is asset reconstruction company, insolvency and bankruptcy code. You can read them. And then festive season fires of October GST revenue. So this is also an important article. Go through them. And here NCSC to probe Wankid's complaint. So know about NCSC, constitutional body, which is the article related to NCSC, Article 338. Article 338A is National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. So is OB like National Commission of Backward Caste? What is the article related to this body? So find out these things from this page. In this page, this article, you can read that it is about the situation at India-China border. Go through this. Here, next article, rescue guide launched for Ganges River dolphin. Important. Go through this. So this is an aquatic animal, national aquatic animal. You see this. There are some important things. IUCN. What is IUCN? Red list, you can read about it. Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Schedule 1. So what is Schedule 1, what is Schedule 2, what is Schedule 3? Go through these things. Repeatedly questions are asked about these things in the prelims. And then you see Appendix 1 of sites, what is sites, etc. You read about sites. So important article, go through this. Where is this Ganges River dolphin we can find? So UPSC can give you a statement that it is only found in India. So just go through this important article. Then this CBI takes over investigation into Vikebot swindle. So this is a kind of scam, investment scam. You can go through this. In this page, this article, Pentagon rattled by China's military push is important. Go through this. So, with increasing China's capabilities in space, cyber, missile technologies, U.S. Army and Pentagon are worried about these capabilities, increased capabilities, and in the context of India-China relations and the India-China border clashes that are happening, we are also should look into this increasing capabilities of China, and accordingly we should plan the things. Then the next article, UK owes action if France does not back down in fishing row. So this is about the UK-France conflict on fishing and the waters. So here in this article, there are something mentioned as Channel Islands, etc. So what are the Channel Islands? Go through this mm, article that I've attached. So this is the Channel Islands. This is UK. This is France. You can just go through this diagram. And the other article that is important is Sri Lanka's fisher leaders meet Indian ambassador or Indian embassy. So here, this article is talking about the concerns raised by the Sri Lankan fishermen. It is mostly about the bottom trawling of Indian fishermen that they are undertaking. So, what is bottom trawling? You just go through this. So, this is bottom trawling. Ship will carry a net, large net, which is around half acre, and it will take everything which is in the path. So, it will take all the necessary, needed and not needed uh, fishes into it, and it will destroy the ecosystem of the ocean. So, that is why they are asking to end this bottom trawling. So this art you can read, you can just screenshot this and read it. And that's all from this article. In this page, this article on October manufacturing activity quickens, job losses persist. So read about purchasing managers index and go through this article once. And the next is this is important. Goods exports climb, imports surge to 63%. So here, this article is talking about current account deficit. What is current account deficit? Current account deficit has these things like exports, imports gives you trade balance, which is around $52 billion in a negative. Like we have a negative balance of $52 billion. Under invisibles, we have a $42 billion of positive. So 42 minus $52 billion gives you minus 10 billion dollars, which is our current account deficit. We are in deficit of $10 billion. So this is go through this once. That's all for today. Thank you.